Hello everybody, welcome back to the Dodgers Port. What do we got today? We got a Tier 3 Russian cruiser, the Bogatyr. A real flamethrower of a ship. Its fire setting capabilities are fantastic. And the fact that it's got 6 guns either side, but a double turret at the back that can swing in either direction, means you can bring, once upgraded, 8 guns to bear on your enemies. It's not the fastest ship, it's not the most manoeuvrable ship, but my gosh does it burn other ships down. I'm going to try and keep these port intros a little bit shorter for a while because I think they're getting a little bit long. So with that in mind, let's jump into the battle and I'll see you there. Here we are on the straight map in the Tier 3 Russian cruiser, the Bogatyr. Often referred to as the little flamethrower. The reasons for that will probably become apparent as we go through the battle. It has 8 guns it can bring to bear at any one time. That's because it has 6 on either side, but a rear turret with 2 guns that can swing either way. So you can get 8 to port or 8 to starboard if the rear gun's working for you. Now, if you were to hit somebody with all 8 high explosive shells, all things being equal, you get about a 53% chance of setting it on fire every time you hit it with all 8 shells. Ouch. One thing you will see about this ship when it starts firing is its shell dispersion is excellent. The shells all tend to loop up and together and strike at the same place. Because it has such a high looping shell, it's also very good at firing at things over islands. Now in this battle things are not great at the beginning because I am Tier 3 and everybody else in the battle is either Tier 3 or mainly Tier 4. Yikes. Bogatyr not very fast. And that's its problem, especially on this map. Nowhere am I ever going to get anywhere near the A cap circle unless something dramatic happens. Probably not even the B, so just going to have to accept that my fight is going to be predominantly around C. I'm going to try and angle to get between B and C, so at least I have the option later. As usual on this map, everybody's charging A and C. In our case, C, so we're just going to have to look at all this plethora of ships and decide who's best to get. Well, that destroyer, he really doesn't want to come anywhere near me. See what I mean about the dispersion of the shells? They all come down together. They all come down together and miss together because it was a rubbish shot. But when you get a good shot, they all come down. Oh, look at that. 6 pens, 1 fire, 2 incapacitations, and a shed load of damage, 4,000 damage. He's at half health now. I'm probably wondering what on earth just finished him. Oh, look, oh, and more, oh, and he's gone. We didn't get the kill, but we certainly did the vast majority of the damage to him. Destroyers just shouldn't come anywhere near a Bogatyr. They are absolutely lethal, especially because of these shells all coming down pretty much on a dime. There we go. Long range shot, 3,000 damage. Now, lots of torpedoes coming in. I'm pretty sure I can dodge them. Oh, now. Also, I'm not sure who fired them or what the range is. See there again, 2 more fires set. Obviously extinguishes them, but he can't extinguish the next couple I'm likely to set on him. His guns are facing away, so I've got no problems at all. Racking up the damage, and this is a Tier 4 ship. And we are just going to melt him away slowly if he keeps sailing like that. Now I could switch to armor piercing. But Tier 4, I've got Tier 3 guns, and they're not very big guns for armor piercing. And because of my chances of setting him on fire, it's just more likely that I'm going to sink him sticking to high explosive. He's already down to about a quarter health. And there's another fire. And you're not going to be able to put that one out. And look at the rate of fire of these shells. The best description really is that other ships just melt in front of it. And he's dead. Who's next? Who's next on the melty cruiser? You'll do. Oh! Torpedoes. Well, I'm going to eat 1. There's nothing I can do about that. Let's make sure it's just the 1. There we go. Slow down. Hard over. Just the 1. But now something really bad happens. I start to come under some very sustained fire, And I'm a little bit tunnel visioned at this stage on the ship that I've been firing at for the last couple of seconds, because I really want to sink him and get rid of him. And there he goes. But now I've got to pay attention to the fact that I am under withering fire from the Kolberg over there. Now, with my health as it is, and he seems to really know what he's doing with his firing, I really only have one option now. It's to try and run away. That's always a good start. But to run away in such a way that I don't give him an easy target. And also, if I can run away and drag him towards me, he's going to sail straight into the rest of my team, who will hopefully sink him. I can't sink him, that's just not a possibility. My health is so low, all I can do is duck and dive and dodge at the moment, and just keep firing the occasional shell to keep him honest, like that, in the hope that my team will be able to sink him before he sinks me. Now, I'm still doing damage, but not enough, and his rate of fire is also brutal. Now, you'll notice when I'm turning, sometimes I do a hard turn to port followed by starboard, sometimes I do a double turn one way or the other, just to keep him guessing, so I'm not giving him a really obvious. Now, I did what you certainly wouldn't have expected there, which is to turn all the way side on towards him, because I figure he's probably going to kill me, but let's do as much damage as we can, and just hope somebody on our team can finish him off. Oh my days, my health is... I'm now officially on fumes. I'm down to 479, but he's dead. And I'm down to 83 health. But the tactic worked. Had I just stayed side on and exchanged blows with him, he would have sunk me, and my team would probably have sunk him afterwards. But by turning away, dodging, just taking the odd shell, which is unavoidable when he's putting up that many shells, what I managed to do was get away for long enough that my team were able to sink him. And remember, it's a team game. People sometimes forget that. So, after that little bit of excitement, how's the battle looking? They're down to 4 ships, we've got an extra ship, we've got 2 cap zones, miles ahead on points, looking good. The one thing that isn't looking good is my health. I can't take a hit. If a seagull lands on my upper deck at the moment, I'm probably going to sink. So, 2 destroyers, 1 cruiser, 2 battleships, 1 cruiser and a destroyer. What I've got to do now really is just stay out of the way. That doesn't mean I'm going to do nothing, as in I'm going to just sit here and try and stay alive, but it does mean I'm not going to get close enough to be the object of anybody's attention. And it's very tough when you got this little health, because everybody thinks you're an easy kill. And do you know what? I am an easy kill at the moment. But I have to say, excellent job from the rest of my team here. Pushing into B, really hurting. I'm just going to have to sit back and support as best I can, which in that shot was not very good at all. That looks a lot better. And look, he's burning. So even though I'm on 83 health, still making a difference to the battle. And still sinking ships. That's even better. So what we got left now? We are 5 on 2, 1 enemy battleship and 1 enemy destroyer. And look at the damage there. 3,000 damage with high explosive at this range. And that's because the shells arc so high to drop. They're doing damage straight through the upper deck. I decided to take a pot shot at the destroyer, but he's a little bit out of range. And I suddenly realised by the island here how far south I really had just come. Probably a little too far. But with 83 health, the last thing I want is anybody firing at me. Looks like the battleship may be about to eat some torpedoes. Yes, he is. And he's burning nicely. Let's see if we can add to his misery. No, we can't. I think we probably can this time. Yep. At this stage it really is just a matter now of picking off the last few ships. The battle's clearly over. Who's going to get the kill on the battleship? Not me. Now the destroyer's popped his smoke, but realistically, 5 against 1, we all know where he is. You're not fooling anybody, Mr. Destroyer, we know where you are. If needed, we can all just charge him at once, but that's not going to be necessary. He's not giving up, he's firing torpedoes, but now he's visible. And now he's dead. Well, that sure was some fight. Had a little bit of everything. A little bit of burning, a little bit of melting, a little bit of dodging, but most of all, a victory, which is always good. I hope you enjoyed that battle, and I hope it's given you a bit of a taste for having a go on this low tier but really enjoyable ship to play. If it did, launch it up in your port and give it a go. If you've come across me, try not to sink me. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.